Coach Jesse Minch here with GetHandles.com. Got a basketball myth debunk for you today. This is on a ball handling myth that I think it's perpetuated to some degree, and I don't think it's necessarily the trainer's fault, but a lot of trainers teach this, and I think players start to go a little bit overboard with it. And the thing I'm talking about is pounding the dribble. Now, myself, I teach this in one of my programs called Speed Handles, and I teach a bunch of variations and ways to utilize the pound dribble to improve your ball handling speed and control and just your ball handling in general. But the one thing I want to debunk here is that every single time you dribble the basketball, you should be pounding it, because that's not necessarily true. There's a couple reasons I want to kind of debunk the whole thing of pounding the dribble every single time you dribble the basketball. There's going to be situations in games such as the fast break. When you're on a fast break dribble, if you try pounding that dribble, you're kind of wasting your energy, because realistically you want to be pushing the ball out in front of you and focusing on how quickly you can move up the court to stay ahead of people, especially if you're on the fast break, with people behind you and no one in front of you. There's going to be situations where you're going to need to do quick tap dribbles, and you're not going to be able to completely load up and pound that dribble. And there's going to be times where you're on the move. Say you're going to do a quick change of direction with a behind the back crossover. You're not going to want to stop, do a pound dribble, and then change directions. By doing more of a flowing, quick speed movement, you can still move the ball quickly without necessarily pounding the dribble. You can move more quickly though and change directions more quickly. Now there are situations like a lot of your crossovers, especially when you have, you're planting hard on one foot or have both feet down, then yeah, you're gonna wanna pound the dribble. It's gonna allow you to go into that next move more quickly. So there are definitely plenty of situations where you're gonna want to pound dribble, but at the same time, you don't wanna be excessively, especially when you're in the game, focusing on that pounding. Because if you're focusing on that pound dribble and every single dribble saying, nope, I have to pound it, you're putting yourself into a certain rhythm, a certain rut as far as, which way you're allowing yourself to move. You're confining yourself. If a defender comes up to you and you're always dribbling at this speed, as hard as you can, you're not allowing yourself to react to what's going on. You're limiting your options because you're like, nope, I always have to do this quick, fast as I can dribble. There's gonna be times where you're gonna need to hesitate, right? Add variations to your moves. Not every single dribble is gonna be pounded like you're on steroids as hard as you can. So the intensity, it can help you in your training, definitely. But you don't wanna get yourself stuck into the rut of always having to do these pound dribbles and moving in that sort of fashion. Because there's gonna, once again, there's gonna be times where you're gonna need to react more and have more of a flowing type dribble, right? You watch guys like Jamal Crawford, Rajon Rondo, Allen Iverson. Those guys were phenomenal ball handlers. Absolutely destroy defenders. They don't do a lot of pounding the basketball really hard. Even Kyrie Irving, if you watch him a lot of the time. Heck, even Chris Paul, he talked in one of his videos that's on YouTube about pounding the basketball. And again, it is helpful, it's important. But if you watch him play, he doesn't even pound the basketball every time he dribbles, because it's not necessary for every situation, and it's not necessarily the best option for every situation. So you just want to keep that in mind. Once again, I'm not saying pounding the dribble is bad. It's a great training tool. It's a great way to move the basketball in games, in certain situations. But you want to make sure you're being smart about it and using it in the correct situations. When the situation of the game dictates it, you want to break away from that pound dribble and that rhythm and not focusing on having to stay with a certain style of dribbling to allow you to react to what's actually happening in the game. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. I'd love to hear, what you guys think about this. Let me know if, you give it a try of not always pounding the dribble, or if you, have practiced pounding the dribble, what your thoughts are on it. And hit the subscribe button. That's the best way to catch all the newest basketball myths debunked, tutorials, tips, training videos, all the other stuff I'm coming out with for you guys on this channel. And make sure you head over to GetHandles.com. I got a free ball handling workout for you there. 100% free. Just pop in your email. I'll send that to you instantly. No credit card needed or anything. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.